friends, Practical Ken here. We're at a permission here. I do have permission for this site. It's an old warehouse from the middle 1800s, probably the 1860s, 1870s. It's a railroad depot warehouse that's been here for a very long time. So this platform has been here covering the dirt for 100 plus years, so 120, 140 years, or actually 160 years roughly. And there were houses here. There was a hotel nearby, and they're destroying it. It's been run down pretty bad, so they're demoing it. And there's some open areas I'd like to try out in between, to see what we can find. That is the old Grand Trunk passenger depot, where the track used to dead end right up next to it, and another spur would come off to the side here against this warehouse. And then there were two tracks that used to come up here, one, and then one would continue on to where that building is. See how tall that door is over there? That's where a train used to actually go inside that building. So there was a line of tracks that went up there and actually went through that building into that facility over there in the 1800s and come back out. So lots of activity in this area. It's the center of town, so let's see if we can preserve some history. Honestly, I'd love to find a bunch of history that we can donate to the museum or the Heritage, Muskegon Heritage Museum that's in town here, related to the industry downtown. So wish me luck. Let's find some history here. I expect to find a lot of this. This is not really an old nail, but I think this warehouse has been modified a couple different times, but it's been put to use for many years. So we're going to find a lot of iron. And this is also a site of a brass and aluminum foundry. It's currently an aluminum foundry and was previously a brass foundry, from what I understand. So we're going to find all sorts of little bits and pieces of aluminum, brass. We're going to come up really high, so I expect to have a lot of false targets. Very strong. 12, 13, 14. Kind of wobbly though, it's all over. But it's near the surface, so we're gonna dig it up. I got my sensitivity set at 15 right now because of all the junk and nails. We're gonna see what this is. I'm being extra cautious because of this. See all these big rusty spikes and nails? So they're all over the place, so I'm being very, very cautious where I kneel, where I walk. And look at this. This is, if you bend down, get your eye on that. So being super cautious, over cautious, so I don't hurt myself and cause any problems. So I found this little piece here. It looks like a piece of brass. Got a taper to it, kind of like an oval shape. Whoa! Is that? That looks like part of a pipe stem. Is that really metal? That wasn't metal. What the heck? That's what I thought was the metal detector was going off, but no, that's part of a, looks like part of a pipe stem. Look at that hole in the center there. Can you see it? We're gonna clean that up. That's awesome. I thought that was what was going off because it was shiny, but it was brass, but it's not. That's a pipe stem. So there's more stuff here that I completely missed. So we're gonna continue on here. That's a piece of history. That's what we're looking for, history. Okay, I can't quite tell what this is. It looks like it's got a lip, like it's a part of a coin, but it's, if so, it's really deteriorated. Look at that. Look at that. I'm going to put that aside for cleaning to see if it's something of interest. Well, I could explain why it's jumping pretty good. That's a big spike, and it was screaming all over the place, so we'll keep looking. Rock solid. 22 to 27, 4 inches. Well, got a can. That's why I was a screamer. Bummer. Well, I'm guessing that underneath the structure there may have been some people living, maybe at some point. This is the second can I just found, so mix of old with new. Okay, so we're kind of carefully going through the debris pile. There's lots of glass, old glass, definitely brownish. So I don't know if it was spray painted or something happened to it. We got all sorts of rusty nails in here that are deteriorating, so it's really causing a lot of iron signals. Here's some of the items I found so far. I've got, looks like a piece of fence. This is the stuff that really interests me, is this old green, well, I guess it's pottery. I'm not really porcelain, not really a porcelain person, so I don't know age, but that's the stuff that gets me excited. Another chunk of that green stuff here. That's part of an old curved part of a bottle. This looks to be brass or copper. I'm going to actually clean that up and see what exactly it is. There's another curved piece of something, but it's got some texture on the inside. Could be a tile. Big chunk here. Roofing nails. This looked like leather. It is leather. I found that in the hole. So it's like maybe they were cutting squares off this piece. Look at that. That's leather. It's still pliable, and it was below the surface, but you can see squares that look like it was cut off, and this was this scrap in the middle of it, which is interesting. You normally wouldn't pick that up with a metal detector. Got this little pipe end, some slag. This right here is a slotted screw, and it appears to be brass. We'll clean that up a little bit too. Those are the things that interest me, is the pipe stems, the porcelain, some of the glass, if it's identifiable. But you know, we're dealing with stuff like this. Got a hole. I'm just kind of chasing it, to be honest. Look at this old cotter pin. At least I think that's what it is. It's coming apart. It's that old, so I would imagine hand forged. I would imagine, and I'm just guessing, but that was deep in the hole, and I really wasn't picking it up with a metal detector. I dug a hole and stuck the pinpointer down and just basically chasing targets to see what I could find. This is actually kind of cool. It's like I might even break out the sifter and see what I can find that's non-metallic, to see if I can find anything of historic value here. I love the pipe stem stuff and the old pipes that someone had as a personal item. Maybe you could find something else like that. Maybe some different types of identifiable porcelain. So we'll keep digging. So we're ending up with really, really old chunks of iron here. Check that out. It's got to be, I think that's what I've seen mentioned before, that blacksmiths make these iron tools in layers, and you can see how it's going to come apart in layers, sandwich layers of iron. I'm guessing this is really, really old stuff, but I'm not an expert. What are your thoughts? It's not really, the pinpointer is not really picking it up, but this feels like iron. It feels metallic. It feels like rusty pieces. Maybe it's not iron. Maybe it's just old wood. No, that feels like metal. It feels like metal. Look at that. It's just crumbling. It's all over the place through here. So, well, I'm really curious to see what we can find, because this is out of the ordinary stuff we normally would look for. So, I'm excited about finding something new and sharing it with you. So, fun. Just found this piece of glass that is obviously curved, but look at that, it's got a rippled design on it. I don't know if you can see that, but that's really cool. That's got to be old. The potential is here. Let's keep looking. So this is stuff that's playing havoc with metal detector. Look at that, molten slag of some sort. So there may have been a fire here. I'm guessing there was a fire here at some point, but that's what's playing havoc with the soil here. So metal detector may be useless here, and we may switch to the sifter and go old school archaeology. What the heck, guys? Check this out. I just was filling in my hole and this popped up. I can't tell what that is. It looks like a really, really small coin or a button without a shank. We got to clean that one up. That is interesting. This just caught my eye too. What the heck? Lots of interesting things here. Gotta keep a close eye out here. I'm just filling my hole and I found that. that's coming up. It's metallic. Just barely picking it up, so it's small too. I'm excited. Hey guys, I see something around here. At least partially round. What the heck is that? Got notches on either side. Well, we're gonna be careful and clean that up. Not sure what it is, but I spotted it with my eyeball. It looks metal. I don't know if you can see it. Is that recognizable to you? If so, comment below. So we got part of a cup here. Can't get any writing off the bottom, but that's cool. I like to find these personal things like this. This is awesome to me. Looks like might be some design along the bottom there, but nothing that I can see written on the bottom to identify it, unfortunately. But that's pretty cool. It's a beautiful glazed brick here. It's like 0-O-C-K. Maybe it stands for block. So that was a little noticeable, so we'll keep looking. I'd like to know what the rest of it says. Anybody have a clue? Here's a few things I found also. These were buried and rotting. They're in kind of poor shape, but and these things look like spikes. Looks like that might be hammered into the ground. Different lengths. That one is a little different. It's got like a little lip on it, and this one looks like it doesn't. And this was there too, so not quite sure what that was for. Just for comparison, there's my foot. This is the warehouse doors. Were hung by this pulley system here. They had 2 per door and 2 doors per opening. So that was supporting the doors as they rolled back and forth. There's some sign up there. Can't quite make this out. I have it right with me. It might. Huh. Do the research on that, I guess. Is that easier to see? Stowell Company. Wilburn, the Stowell Company. I'll have to clean it up and find out a little more information.